The exceptional highs, lows, and everything in between of life in the music fast lane as experienced by our next guest are now living on the pages of a new book. Let's welcome back Jonathan "Mookie" Morant, author of the Amazon #1 new release, The Happy Has Been, a Memoir of Life and Music in 6 Degrees. Welcome back.
Hey.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Wow. That's
Yeah.
all I have right now.
Wow. How many talk about wow? How many pages is this?
Yeah, so I'm going to do it this way. I'm going to go in reverse. It was double that.
Oh, was it really?
You had to chop that out. So part 2 already, wherever the camera is, part 2, boom.
When did you decide that you wanted to put your life on the pages of a book?
Wasn't so much a decision as something that presented itself to me. And when it did, I wrestled with it for a year, mostly no, because I looked at my life before, which was in the recording business, as that was then, this is now. But then I realized 3 of my children weren't born yet, so they didn't have the experiences. They don't even know that much about it. So that was the big draw.
And let's be serious here, because when you say that this was actually double this size, I mean, you have had a lifetime that could fill 4 of these books.
I promise there's so much more than this, but these are the key components, at least to speak about things that matter to me, that I wanted to share with my children.
As a music producer, as so many things in the entertainment industry, coming from North Charleston and your beginnings here, maybe you could take our audience a little bit on a ride through some of those highlights that you do have mentioned in the book.
Okay, well, yep, North Charleston, Aubrey Star Warriors, whoop whoop. Pepper Hill, came up in Pepper Hill. Both my father and mother, musicians. Everybody in Charleston knows my dad, Joey Morant. They both passed over the past couple of years, which also kind of led to me really focusing on this book for the work of legacy. My folks left a legacy with all of their kids, me being one of them, in music. Yeah. So, but in my young years, I basically was like a family help playing drums behind my dad. And it was awesome, you know, make no money, but I contributed to the household. And but then I also swore that when I became of age, 18 or whatever, I would go out and try and do my own thing. And so that was my journey, which basically no was the answer all the way through. Yeah. Went everywhere, tried everything, nothing worked, but I just refused to say no.
What was the moment that your star took off, that you knew that this was it?
Yeah, it was.
I mean, let's talk about some of the names that you've worked with too.
Okay. I've worked with the Backstreet Boys, so that was my very first project. So that's probably the answer to your question. Okay. It would be the Backstreet Boys, who I love dearly to this day. Genuine, Mr. Pony himself, Donnell Jones, that's my brother. The group Intro. It's just like Queen Latifah. Wow. 98 Degrees, Nick Lachey's my boy. I got just a ton of artists. Incredible. I can't even remember them all until
taking you all over the world.
Yeah, Pink. I love Pink. Pink's, I have to mention her. She's a great experience. But yes, it has taken me all over the world.
And so with that foundation, though, and you talk about it as a legacy, and it certainly is a legacy, but I mean, you're still on your way. I mean, you're not done here, right?
Turns out. It turns out, thus the title. So my approach to this, when I realized it is for my kids, but it's resonating with people, other people, thus the #1.
Yes.
But is that I want a joy to be the overarching theme of my experience that I share, but in other words, to bring it to people. Like, it isn't just, like, my experiences are no good in a bubble. Sure. Just me, but I lived that way for a long time. 19 years I've been back in Charleston, just playing my drums, doing my thing, which I love, all my people. Yeah. But those experiences have elevated people's sense of, we can do it.
Sure. And through 6 Degrees, and why do you say through 6 Degrees?
Important. So I worked with Will Smith, a lot of shows, and he did a movie way back called 6 Degrees of Separation.
Of course,
so we understood,
great movie.
And I've never watched it, I admit, but I understood the concept. But it occurred to me, the word separation, that's really, it's what it is. We get that stiff arm. So in my life, it has been the connections
Yeah.
that have led to everything, like me meeting you through someone else, and on and on.
So you're saying I know Will Smith
You
because
do.
I know you.
You do. It's a fact.
Yeah,
it's
indeed.
really more true than it's the truth.
But it
Yeah.
is true. It
Yeah,
is true.
it is.
And it's also remembering the people that helped you to get to where
Yes,
you are, right?
yes, yes,
So,
yes.
so what is next for you now?
Okay, good. So, well, first, in 2 weeks from today, which is Valentine's Day, the audio book will be coming your way on Audible at first, and
Your voice?
or at least one that sounds oddly just like it.
Okay.
But no, stay tuned. I think everyone's going to be cool. I've had a lot of requests for that, so
Yeah.
I dug in, and
Wonderful.
I think it's going to be awesome. And then
Congratulations.
my friend Chef Brett McGee.
Yes.
Shout out to Chef Brett. We're starting a podcast. We're launching a podcast soon, and a TV show, if you can imagine. There's just a ton in the works. Just good stuff all around.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Well, you've got a lot to look forward to. We have a lot to look forward to
Well.
and live vicariously through you as well.
Let's go.
Well,
Let's
I am
go.
happy to be 1 degree of separation here. So
Love it.
this is wonderful.
Love it. Please.
Wonderful stories inside.
Instagram, right here.
Instagram.
See me on Instagram.
Get your Mookie face on, right? Your
Oh,
Mook
the Mook Face
the
Challenge.
The Mook Face Challenge,
It's this.
real quick.
It's this. We're gonna get all y'all. You get the book. Well, you can't see me. You get the book, and you get half of me and half of you. We're getting yours as soon as we're done here. Lady.
Perfect. All right. I'm going to
Boom.
try it as we go out.
Yes,
All right.
please, please,
We'll
please.
be back in 2 minutes.
Awesome.